Well, Gaffer, obviously a busy day. We'll start with that. Two new faces through the door. How pleased are you to get them both in?
Delighted and relieved a little bit because last night we had four subs. Yeah, like obviously the owners have been fantastic. Like I said yesterday, I think we've been desperate a little bit this week. You look at our bench the other night. We've had 4 or 5 injuries in the past week, which has killed us a little bit. Especially how tough the games have been as well. So it was imperative to get a couple over the line. Probably still, hopefully, can try and get one more in maybe next week. I think we after yesterday's training, there's 1 or 2 sort of knocks as well. So we just had to just go for it last night, and sort of long night in terms of trying to get both boys over the line, and we have done. Got them in this morning. They're both trained, so yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, in terms of both the lads, we'll start with Care. What does Care bring to this football club?
One is from my beloved Aston Villa. Massive thank you to them as well. I'll definitely look after him. I've spent enough money at that football club, so I'll definitely look after him. But he's a fantastic player. I've known him for a few years now. He's captain there, sort of 18s, 23s. Sort of real good sort of size about him. Good on the ball. Can play right back if we need to as well. Didn't think we had that in the squad, so if it gives us now an opportunity to change if we needed to within game or whatever. And obviously with MJ being injured, I just thought we needed a little bit of just a little bit of a bit of security and numbers back there. And he's coming today. Great lad as well. Really pleased that we've got him on board.
And Reece, a player on the opposite side of the spectrum in terms of the amount of experience that he has, what you're hoping that he brings to this football club?
Yeah, again, delighted to get Reece in. Look, again, I know he's had his kind of a few injury problems in the last year or so, but he's trained all through pre-season with Huddersfield. I've spoke to him the last few days, and he's desperate to get back in and sort of regain that love of football again. Look, a lot of players we have here, if we're never going to be able to attract the likes of a Reece. If he's banging in goals, if he's raring to go kind of thing. So, but I've had some really good conversations with him. Watched him play. Obviously, scored some fantastic goals. A goal scorer. Long throw as well, which is remarkable for a number 9, a bit like Patterson last week for MK, which helps as well. But when I spoke to him, he's desperate to come here and do well. Desperate, obviously, to come here and score goals. Wants to put that behind him and crack on. Obviously, with Kano being injured a little bit, Innes has had a bit of a problem the last week as well. So we just felt that we needed to sort of get another body in them areas. I know obviously he's our sort of given the number 9 shirt as well. So that shows the confidence we have in him. Again, what stage is it? It might take however long it takes. A lot that unfortunately that's happened a lot through pre-season. Sort of like Tom coming in and he's at a different sort of speed to what the others are. So we have to be mindful of that. Same with Kerr, but great to get them on board. Relieved as well. Like I said, like last night we had 4 subs for Saturday. We've obviously had a small squad, so we've sort of reinforced that a little bit, and they'll be straight in the squad for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, new signings obviously bring a lot of positivity around the place, a lot of positivity after Tuesday's performance as well. So how important is it to try and use that momentum now?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how it gives people a spring in their step a little bit, or fellow strikers thinking, another striker's in the door, I need to liven up. That happens. Fellow defenders, etc., need to liven up because another defender's come in. So it boosts that already. It boosts that competition, and that's what we want. We want competition for places. Look, we're not going to have the biggest squad to have 2 positions for every position, or 2 players for every position. So, sorry, but it's got to give everyone a big boost. Especially it's hard training wise as well with the numbers so low. So it was really good to get a few reinforcements today, which was great. Again, on the back of, we had a really good positive meeting this morning on the back of a fantastic performance on Tuesday. Like I said, it felt like the whole club was at it, the fans, us included. Unfortunately with the result, obviously, still gutted about that. But again, another positive performance, and hopefully now we get our first points on the board. That's our biggest thing now. You know, I think if we play horrendously bad tomorrow but win the game, you know, I'll be happy. You know, we've played reasonably well in the previous games and lost. You know, but I always think if performances are there consistently, you'll pick up the points. And the lads have been really positive, and hopefully that, you know, we can get some points on the board tomorrow and crack on.
Obviously only a few subs on Tuesday night in terms of the lads currently out. What's the situation with those boys?
Yeah, so MJ, a lot better. Hopefully another couple of weeks, which is great, really. You know, he'll be massive to have back. Fletch probably another 2-3 weeks. Unfortunately, Raheem Harper tweaked his hamstring last week, so he might be a month or so. Kano's still in a boot. You know, but that's more precautionary. It still could be Monday, it still could be Thursday. You know, we still don't know too much about that at the minute. You know, Catty is back as well, which is good. You know, so that's pretty much about it. Innes should be in and around the squad tomorrow. He's had a few knocks this week as well. But other than that, you know, we're pretty good in terms of the lads who played the other night. You know, the lads who needed to rest, they've rested. The lads who needed minutes had minutes. You know, so we're ready, no excuses, firing for tomorrow.
Yeah, and obviously Notts County, another tough opposition coming to Hogue Street, final home game before 2 on the road, so it must feel like an important one. Yeah,
look, we're after sort of 2 defeats. You know, it's more important than probably, you know, if you'd have took some points from the game. You know, but again, Notts County are probably, I think, third favourites. You know, we've already played the top 2 favourites in the league. We've had very good performances on them, but haven't got quite over the line in them. So that's our challenge tomorrow, to sort of replicate that performance on Tuesday night. But ultimately, we need to score goals. You know, so that's that. You know, that's what we've been focusing on a lot this week. Defensively, we've been good, but then we've made mistakes that we have to eradicate. They're a very good team. You know, they've got a sort of idea, you know, a way of playing, an idea of playing, a way of playing, a philosophy of playing. So that won't change for them. Obviously, a new manager, new players again, so they're still finding their feet a little bit. So they'll be in the same boat. They'll be thinking to come and win a game of football tomorrow. But so are we. We're working really hard. 1, to get reinforcements in, the right reinforcements, and 2, to have a positive performance with, you know, ultimately goals and 3 points at the end of it.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.